It's a sad situation to know that the government of Jamaica trying to like overtake everything, not even just Bob Marley Beach. I realize that this government that's in power, I'm not political, but this is my view, that I realize that this government that's in power, all they've been trying to do is take away everything that poor people has fought and gained. This place from all the way to the front, there's a fire named Gabby, which is Ras Gabby. These the one that cut out, use them cutlass and axe and cut out Kashamaka and come all the way around here till someone see. These the people that has this beach, named it Bob Marley Beach. In fact, Bob Marley them used to keep bingy right here, so before anybody recognizes it. So now why when we building something, you want to take it? Why don't you want to enhance it and enhance the people? You want to take it and privatize everything like you're privatizing everything everywhere all over the place. I don't know what's wrong with the government, but Bob Marley Beach need to stand for the people that fought for this and build this and been here for years. I mean, people been here for 40 years, 50 years and so forth, that been fighting for this with all of the problems and all of the things that people throw at them. So I think that they need to stop trying to take away the poor people things. Andrew Olis need to fix his government, man. And like I said to you, it's not a political thing with me, but it's what I observe, that everywhere poor people find and everywhere they try to find livelihood and try to fix it before they try to help them, they try to take it.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks to all the viewers and thanks to all the subscribers. So, there is a report in the printed media and also on social media, right, and other media outlets that the fisher folk and prominent Rastafarian family members who have lived at the Bob Marley Beach in Bull Bay, St. Thomas for more than 50 years are reportedly being evicted. So we have one person from the government representative, a member of parliament, is saying that no, they were not asked to leave. And then you have the fisher folk saying something else. So we're going to be bringing you both sides, right? It says word that public access to Bob Marley Beach in Bull Bay is going to be restricted due to construction of a hotel on land leading to the facility has left the government puzzled. Information Minister Robert Nesta Morgan said on Friday afternoon, and this is from the Jamaica Observer, the government has not given anybody any permission to restrict access to the beach or to take over the beach, Morgan told the Jamaica Observer. And you have Information Minister Robert Nesta Morgan saying otherwise, like what I mentioned earlier, right? So there is a conflicting thing going on here. So what exactly is going on then? The residents voiced opposition to what they said was notice given to them by a developer to leave the property located near the border between St. Andrew and St. Thomas. So the residents are saying that they were given notice by a developer. So we have Dr. Marcus Goff stepping in to represent the families at Bob Marley Beach in St. Thomas that are being evicted. And by now, a lot of you must have heard about this eviction notice, right? They were occupying the land 40, 50 years, and they're just been told that this property was sold since 2019 to persons who would like to build hotels on the property, right? So Dr. Marcus Goff is Deputy Director, Legal Counsel of Jamaica, Intellectual Property Office, that's JIPO. Dr. Goff is an attorney at law with about 20 years experience in several areas of law, including intellectual property law, indigenous rights law, criminal law, human rights law, entertainment and media law. He holds a Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of the West Indies, a Master of Laws degree in intellectual property law, and a philosophy PhD degree in law from Queen Mary University of London. So he is well qualified to handle this case. A claim was filed on Thursday to get an injunction to stop them from doing that. I'm also going to file a prescription notice to say that the beach must remain public forever. So that's Dr. Marcus Goff. The opposition leader Mark Golden also visited the beach, and he said that the beach has too much historic value for it to be given up to people from overseas. We were paying taxes and so on. We got tax papers, paid up the taxes. So these people definitely have rights. They paid up the taxes, and we filed for adverse possession. Wow. All of a sudden, and then we were threatened that the light and the water can be removed from the beach. The light's gone from earlier this week. We have our own water source, but they're still threatening us because they're saying it runs through their property, she said. So I was happy to see in the news the leader of the opposition, Mr. Mark Golding, would be going into dialogue. So he'll be talking to the representatives of the government regarding the situation down there at Worthy Park. And I'm sure they will come to some amicable agreement, right? So we're praying and we're hoping everything goes well for these residents, because it's not a good situation to be thrown out of your home and you've been living there for like 30, 40, 50 years, right? And where would you go, right? So we know something will work out in your best interest, right? So we're going to move on. And now we were reeling from the Worthy Park estate situation, only to see in the news that the occupants that are occupying the Bob Marley Beach for 40, 50 years will be evicted. So we were still reeling from a couple of other evictions, and then this one came right behind those. So they were doing their due diligence, right? They're trying to feed their families. And as I mentioned before, it's not all about investing. The citizens come first. Is just the economic factor. Why not put this in our people's hands? If they're trying to eke out a living on the beach, nice to see the government approach them and say, we're going to be doing this, and we're going to be building a couple guest houses and all of that to make sure that it works out for you. Because if you're building up a family, you're building up not just the people who are occupying the place, but there are hundreds of people who will benefit from that, not to mention their families as well. We're trying to pull them up, not push them down, right? So I would think they should get the opportunity to continue to do their business, and also get some help from the government if they wanted to expand the business as well, and to make the accommodation up to standards, right? So they're able to compete as well. So you want bathroom facilities up to standard, restaurant facilities up to standard, so that they can attract the right type of business as well, and do lucrative business there as well. I'm sure there would be some type of amicable agreement worked out, and in the end, both sides are going to be happy, right? Because we need to give Jamaicans the same opportunities that we're giving other investors as well. If we have to believe in our people. They're not opposed to a developer coming in to build a hotel. As you heard the residents say, they are not opposed to a developer coming in to build a hotel, but they would like to remain on that piece of property where they've been living for 40, 50 years. And of course, the beach, the Bob Marley Beach, must remain public. That's where they've been located for like the last 40, 50 years. So the developer is able to do their thing, but they cannot take over the Bob Marley Beach because that's a public beach. That beach is for the people of Jamaica, right? So I am sure that it will be resolved and everyone will be happy in the end. because they can earn on the beach. They're able to still earn on the beach. The original people that were there still need to earn a living, and the public still need to go to that beach, right? And of course, the developers, they have apparently they purchased a piece of that property, but they would like to remain where they are on that beach, where they've been doing their business for the last 40, 50 years. I still think they should have been consulted when the place was sold in 2019. But everyone should be able to still survive and do business there, because they'll be providing jobs, and they'll be providing maybe hundreds of jobs, right? Maybe most of those jobs, to be honest, will be minimum wage. Maybe about at least 70% of those jobs probably would be minimum wage, right? So, but still, it will be providing a source of income for a lot of people who do not have an income. So I've been asked by the Paul Bogle Foundation and by his grandson, Constantine Bogle, to remind everyone globally that there will be a remembrance candlelight for him on October 24th. So he was hanged in Morant Bay in St. Thomas on October 24th, 1865, for standing up for the poor. So we'll be doing a more detailed video on Paul Bogle, but at this time, we're reminding you of the candlelight that will be held globally for him. So you'll be taking a picture of the candle and of yourself if you choose to, and send it out to social media. You can go on the Paul Bogle Foundation Instagram, and you will see an example of how they did it in the previous years, right? The Right Excellent Paul Bogle on October 24th, a candlelight remembrance. So you could put a reminder on your phones so that you don't forget that date. So we've come to the end of the video. Thank you for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And please feel free to leave a comment. Just remember the guidelines. Take care of yourself and others. Bye for now.